Welcome into TV 24 Primetime Sports. It is National Signing Day Part 2. Of course, the first one was in December. Today in February takes center stage here tonight. We'll start at Jacksonville High School. The Golden Eagles enjoyed their best season in school history on the field and capped it off today with a pair of senior leaders signing college scholarships. Offensive lineman Cole Gaddy is headed to Belhaven University. That is in Jackson, Mississippi. And receiver Jules Gray had quite possibly one of the most creative announcements in the nation. Jules pops the balloon to reveal his commitment. He's headed to the University of the Cumberlands in Kentucky.
I'm blessed. I mean, I'm kind of speechless with words right now, which is not something I'm usually am, but it's an amazing opportunity. I'm glad my parents were here, my family was here, my whole team was here, and just seeing them, congratulate me for all the hard work I put in. It's better than any All-State, anything I could really get. Having them behind me is probably what really makes it special.
My sister, she has a balloon business, and her business is named Desired Decorations. And what we said we want to do something nobody has ever done before, And we were trying to think, and she was like, I think I can fit one of those hats in the balloons. And I said, really? I said, that would be awesome. I've been wanting to do this since I was a little kid. I always seen the older guys signing when I was in the 9th grade, and I said, that's something I want to do. I want to play football at the college level. And God made it happen for me.
Next up, over to Munford High School, where a trio of Lions signed scholarships with colleges all in state. Defensive back Kyle Ross headed over to the Birmingham area. He will play at Sanford. Fellow defensive back Cam Lemons is off to Montgomery. He'll suit up at Alabama State. And linebacker Pernell Mitchell is headed to Tuskegee University.
It feels good knowing that I'm going to be able to further my education and be able to play the sport I love at a higher level.
I just committed to the best university in the country to me. I love when I went out on my visit and I just fell in love with the campus, and I'm ready to get down there and be a Hornet.
It's big because I know at one point I didn't know if I was going to play college football. So it's big, especially coming from a good HBCU like Tuskegee. I'm just ready to go out here and ball.
All three of these guys really didn't know if they were going to have an offer until this last week. And so kind of at the midnight hour, all three of them got offers and verbally committed and then signed today. So couldn't be prouder. Great young men.
Our next stop is at Anniston High. The Bulldogs celebrated 4 signees today. Defensive back Demetrius Thomas will attend Alabama State, and offensive lineman Traquan Cooper signed with Alabama A&M. In addition, Jimmy Felton and Jimmy Embry are both headed to Tennessee Valley Prep Sports Academy.
It's always been a dream for me. Since a kid, I wanted to be signed on National Signing Day. So when I had the opportunity, I was happy to take it.
I'm really looking forward to the education and the surroundings that I put myself around, the environment. Because I really went down there and had a visit, and it was great. So I just want to go down there and finish off my academic and athletic career and just see where I go from there.
It's all about setting a foundation and setting a standard for the program. We want to show kids this is where we're heading. We want kids to get scholarships, get an education so they can be productive citizens.
Over to Etowah County, Westbrook Christian defensive lineman Jackson Luttrell celebrated his signing with Jacksonville State today. Luttrell was an all-state performer with the Warriors and named a Pigskin Roundup All-Star team member. He and his future coach are happy he's a Gamecock.
It's just a big family out there. I mean, everybody loves everybody, and they care for everybody and put you first and just make you feel real welcomed. And they've stuck with me through the enire process of recruiting more than anyone else by far.
I think Jackson's he's got family history here. He had a granddad and a great uncle played here, and I think it's kind of in his blood. And I think he is a solid student athlete. I mean, he's going to be a really good football player here. Now projecting kind of where he's going to play. He's a D lineman, O lineman. He can play a lot of different things. Just moves well, plays basketball. But we always want to recruit locally and try to keep the local kids here.
More signing ceremonies today. This one over at Sachs High School. Jalen Childs, he has signed with Troy. Alabama State picked up Mario Thomas, an offensive lineman and defensive lineman. Both those guys named to the Pigskin Roundup All-Star team. Mississippi College got a good running back in Jonathan Cobb today. Meanwhile, over at Etowah High School, Emil Smith signed back in December, celebrated today his signing with Georgia Southern. Lindsey Wilson College is picking up defensive lineman Trey Cole. And at Hoax Bluff High School, Braden Hill celebrated his preferred walk-on status with Jacksonville State today, he is a wide receiver, a member of the Pigskin Roundup All-Star team. They did celebrate that today. He has a great chance to earn a scholarship with the Gamecocks. Now, speaking of the Gamecocks, Jacksonville State head coach, you heard from him earlier speaking on Jackson Luttrell. He was one of many signees for this year's class. Coach Gross split it up this year with his assistant coaches going some in the early period and some in the late period. They signed 10 guys today. He says overall he's really pleased with the guys they picked up.
I really feel good about the young men that, number one, they're good people. They come from good families. And I think our staff does a really good job of going out and finding that. They know what type, person and family we want, number one, take away the athleticism and all that. We worry about those things first and then, good football players as well. But I think this class has got, solid people that are really good football players in it.
Let's break down that Jacksonville State class. 21 players overall, 10 signees today. 8 defensive linemen, capped off by a couple of great defensive ends. Walker Harris out of Greensboro, North Carolina, and Philip Hopkins out of Montgomery, Alabama. 3-star prospect Edward Gibson out of Pelham High School also chose the Gamecocks. Marquez Henry coming over from 7A state champion Central Phoenix City High School, and safety Hudson Petty. He was named a first-team All-State player in the state of Tennessee for 3 straight seasons. So Jacksonville State getting another solid and talented class once again.